Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Wow, right? Can't wait to see it. 8.0 on IMDb, 2 hours and 41 minutes long, and it stars, I could go on forever as I scroll. Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, we all knew, and Margot Robbie, right? Emile Hirsch is in it, Timothy Olyphant, Dakota Fanning, Bruce Dern, Luke Perry, rest his soul, Al Pacino. I could just keep going and going and going. Every time I scroll, I see somebody I recognize. So, evidently, it's about a television actor who is fading, and them trying to, find success in the golden years of Hollywood, which is 1969. The final years of Hollywood's golden years is 1969. So, excuse me, I apologize. So it's a long movie, Quentin Tarantino film. So it's got to be good, right? 8.0 on IMDb. Everybody's raving about it. I'm going to get into it right now, find out what it's really about, and I'll probably have to check in more than once. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to get into it now, but then I'll check in and keep you updated throughout the whole thing, and I'll tell you what I think. So stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We're at the 1 hour, 10 minute, and 59 second mark. And there's a lot left because it's a 2 hour and 41 minute film, as I mentioned. So, Leonardo DiCaprio plays a character called Rick Dalton. And Rick Dalton is at the twilight of his career, coming down on the downswing past his prime kind of Western actor. He's done some other things, but, he's feeling like he's on his way out. And that's who Leonardo plays, and Brad Pitt plays his stunt double and friend, chauffeur, gopher. So they're in it together pretty much. But it's their story and what's going on in their lives and in his career, in both careers, and their friendship kind of thing is really what the main story is about. But it breaks off into some different subplots, or at least one so far, to be honest with you. The other subplot is the fact that they live next door to Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski, so of the Manson murders. So they were murdered by Charles Manson and his crew, not by him, by his crew, whatever, and very famous. And there's another movie I did a review on, the Sharon Tate murders, and it's interesting. And the reason I mention that is because there's a lot of intertwining of what had happened. Like before that, I knew what happened. I've seen the movie Helter Skelter as well, which is another one, but the Sharon Tate murders gives you the perspective of what happened from their perspective at least, and they're intertwining some of that. So one example is the fact that before the murders, Charles Manson shows up at Sharon Tate's house, and that happens in here, happens in that movie. I think that's interesting, and I'm not sure what else is going to go in and out of here. But they're showing the story of Sharon Tate as well. Small pieces, her just, living in L.A., going to parties. She goes into a movie theater to watch her own movie that she was in, that kind of thing. And that's two main subplots. And it's very, I don't know if I said this already, but if not, it's kind of slow developing. I think after an hour and 10 minutes, I don't have much more to tell you, to be honest with you. I could tell you I like Brad Pitt's car, his character's car. It's a convertible. It's like an older one. I like that. I also seen that there's a scene with Brad Pitt and the actor who plays Bruce Lee, and there's some controversy over that because it made Bruce Lee look bad, and I could see why they were upset about that, because he does. He looks, the way he was talking, and then the scuffle that him and Brad Pitt get in. I get it, but I'm not going to let that ruin my experience. But so far, like I said, it's slow going and slow developing, and that's where we are so far. So hopefully it'll pick up here a little bit, and we'll see where it goes from here. And that's it. That's all I got. There's not much more to tell you, and I watched an hour and 10 minutes of the film. So, all right, I'll get back to it. Everything interesting happens, I'll stop it again and let you know. I'm assuming it's going to pick up. And when it does, I'll let you know. If not, I'll see you at the credits and give you my final thoughts. So stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I think a lot of people are going to disagree with me, obviously, because it's an 8 on IMDb. But it wasn't for me, okay? And I think there's probably going to be a lot of people who defend this film. And let me just say, not every Quentin Tarantino film has to be like the Pulp Fictions. I get that. He can, expand his range or do whatever he wants, and so there's a piece of it in this movie. There's a piece of Quentin Tarantino in this movie, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. And I don't know if I missed it all. I assume it's like an ode to 1960s Hollywood, as they kind of mentioned, it's. And maybe there's all this stuff in the film that's very nostalgic for people who grew up back then and watched movies, and I didn't, so I missed it. I caught pieces of it and some of the references and that kind of thing, but I don't know what the plot of this movie was. I don't know where they were going. Like I said, the first hour, I really had nothing to tell you. And here we are 2 hours and 41 minutes later, and I still don't know what really to tell you without spoiling the ending, because the last 15 minutes was the only meaningful piece of the film for me. I'm exaggerating slightly. I do think that at least Leonardo DiCaprio's acting in this was really good. I liked it a lot, because he's an actor playing an actor. So I liked what they did there, and I think he did a great job. There's scenes where he's shooting his show or his movie and stuff, and he does a great job there, playing the Western guy, or the cowboy or whatever. But there's a scene, the trailer scene, and if you see that, I think that is fantastic, because he's the actor, not the act. It's hard because it's Leonardo DiCaprio. He's playing Rick, who then plays another Caleb guy or whatever, you know what I mean? So there's so many different layers to that character that I thought he did a fantastic job, and just for that piece alone, it's worth the watch. But if you're going into this thinking to yourself, okay, I'm going to see a Quentin Tarantino film, you are, but you're not what everybody else thinks, what you normally expect from a Tarantino film. Again, that's okay, but just helping you set your expectations. If you think you're going to go in and see a film based on the Manson murders, you are, but it's not really. You're going to see a little bit of Manson murders, but it's not really. You know what I mean? So don't go into this movie thinking those two things, and go into it and maybe open up your eyes brighter. Maybe it'll be easier for you to see that. Margot Robbie. I don't get it. I mean, pretty girl, doesn't talk at all, doesn't have any lines, doesn't have any purpose, except for the fact that she lived next door. She barely spoke. Her story was, I don't want to ruin it for you, but bland. I don't know. I don't know. Befuddled on this one. Yeah, I don't understand. I guess there is, and maybe I'm maybe sophisticated enough to understand what we just watched, why it's got such high ratings besides the acting from Leonardo DiCaprio. And I wasn't falling asleep either, to put it to you that way, but it was just, I guess I was excited and waiting for something, kept waiting and waiting and thinking, this is all going to come together in the end, and this 2 hours and 30 minutes that I spend here is going to mean something. It's going to all come and make sense and stuff. Not that it's confusing. It's definitely not confusing or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, pointless, really. So, sorry. That's me on this one. Probably wishing I had a 6-pack, but I'm a beer short. I'm probably five beers on this one for me. I know. Movie-wise, again, that acting, the scenes that a couple of scenes that Leonardo did, when the trailer scene, and then when he does the country western movie piece where he has the kid in the scene with him, they were really good. The rest of it, he's okay, nothing wrong with it, but Brad Pitt was cool too, but nothing spectacular, I don't think. And that's it. That's all I got. I'm grasping at straws here. So I think you have to check it out. It's a Tarantino film. It's got Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, and I wouldn't even say she's in it. Margot Robbie, I guess, is on the credits. But anyway, check it out anyway. Let me know what you think. Love to hear your thoughts. What I miss. What did you like about it that I didn't mention? And what did you rate it? Love to hear from you. Hopefully I was clear, and I don't want to start a war, because I know obviously people loved it, not me. So that's it. Drop me a line, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, talk to all your friends, and if you want to watch a movie after this review, click on the link below. I'll provide it for you, and you can go ahead and do it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub. Hey everybody, I'm back. Yes, a little open discussion. Haven't done one of these in a while, but I was upstairs making my pizza, as I normally do after I watch these movies. And I was thinking about this movie. Now, what I don't want to do is offend anybody who really enjoyed this movie. I apologize. Let me know why you liked it, okay? But for those of you who are as bewildered as I am, I came up with a little conspiracy theory. Is it possible that somebody like Quentin Tarantino got together with big name actors, Leonardo, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, and came up with this idea of, hey, let's make a movie with our names in it that has nothing in it, very little in it, and see if we can get away with it, and see if we can make money, if we can get people to come see this movie, even though, it's just rubbish. I just came up with that. I don't know if that's true, but I was upstairs making pizza, and I thought I'd come down and share it with you. So, again, I apologize for anybody who enjoyed this movie. That's great. There is great acting in it. I get it. But the plot, or lack thereof, had me thinking, and I thought I'd come down. So, alright, that's it. Now, go back to what you were doing, and again, drop me a line if you did enjoy the movie, or if you agree with me, whatever. I'll let you go. Now, thanks for coming back and sticking it out. One more open discussion with me. See ya.